Hello, fam. You're welcome back. My name is C.S. Williams, the radio apprentice, and you're listening to Oral Vault Live podcast. Now, I was talking about motivational speaking, and before I forge ahead with beating it properly, because I intend to beat it as much as I can, there's one thing you should know about motivational speaking is that someone else's story can't solve your problem. You can use another man's story to solve your problem. There's one thing about our faces. Just our faces are different. So is our destiny. You cannot use one as a replacement for the entire figures in this world. You cannot. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, name it. So one man can just show up wearing a suit, looking good, carrying a very big smile with a very wonderful introduction, and they come and tell you a story about how they had to quit their job to go into business and made it, how they used a glass of water to own a pure water making factory. Now there's something they call understanding. There's another very important word they call reality. If you meet someone like Trump is going to tell you that his father gave him a loan of about $100 million. Now, imagine you're done listening to such person motivational speech. How would you, in actual sense, solve that puzzle? Now they cheer you up and be like, everything is going to be all right. Everything is going to be fine. They climb the podium, pick up the mic, and they tell you stories upon stories. Interesting stories. I like stories. As a matter of fact, I write stories. Most importantly, I enjoy fiction. I do fiction quite a whole lot. To an extent, I have actually tried to upgrade it into script writing, although it's not a very easy task. Now, this takes you straight to what the drama is all about. It's interesting. You should pay attention. Probably you paid to be there. You paid a lot of money to have someone else tell you their life and be it all that they are trying to motivate you. I'm not talking about the motivational speaker right now. I'm talking about the listener. Because there's something they call understanding and there's some other thing they call reality. They're quite both important words. If you put them together, it says understanding reality. Sometimes when you listen to the motivational speakers, you should be able to dissect the meaning. You should be able to understand your limitations. We should be able to understand that from the onset. People would say, you can't tell me I won't get there. Who is he meant for? Truth be told, that place is not really meant for anybody. Anybody can be there. But you have to look around you. Have you actually looked around you first before you listen to that guy tell you what to do? See, imagine you have 1,000 person in one room. And one person is coming to motivate 1,000 people, coming to give a speech. Now, until you ask about 100 people out of the 1,000 to stand up and tell you their problem, you're not solving the problem of about 10% of people there. Because you don't know what their problems are. They're probably finding it interesting listening to you talk. It's a story. You're talking. But then before we go there, let's go back to the listener. As much as I like adventures, I like people taking bold steps. I like people being creative. I like people being active and being all courageous. But I would love it if this motivation came from you. You. If you actually woke up in the morning and you just think about it, that I want to do this thing. If it comes from you directly, I will be more pleased. Not that someone told you, or you saw someone, or they told you a story. Not every story is actually well written. But because we're clouded by the means to grow further without understanding the basics, everybody who comes to us wearing a black suit with a very shiny shoe, with a curled hair and a good net glasses, is worthy of telling us what to do. Do you know that a brand new roof can still leak water? It can. Now, but that's a story for another day. But before you take what a motivational speaker is telling you, try to understand if that attribute is for you. Before you quit your job, because the motivational speaker told you that he or she had to quit her job in order to follow her dreams. If you have a good job and you want to quit that job, think twice, because they'll tell you, I was working in an oil firm, they were paying me good amount of money, but then I thought about it. I'm not supposed to be there. I'm better than that. I can't be wasting my potentials here, and so I decided to quit my job and went into business. At the time I was going into the business, I didn't have anything on me. I just believed that I would make it, and here I am today. Here I am today. I've made it. The person just told you that he or she was working in a very good company. And then they come back again to tell you that at the time they had to quit their job to come out, there was nothing to do. They had to suffer. There was nothing. They had nothing. They started a business from nothing. Now, in a normal sense, can you size that story? Now, it happens every day. And one thing you should know is that motivational speakers get paid to come and talk. Whether they take incentives, whether it's transportation, they get paid. So when you understand that they get paid to come to talk to you, and you have to pay to listen to them, then you will understand that the best motivational speaker is the one right inside your head telling you exactly what you need to do and what you don't need to do. Sometimes I think the push should be all about, I want to do this thing. Can someone just give me a push and tell me do it? That is the right part of motivation I can take. I want to do it, and I come to tell you I want to do it, and you're not giving me any other reason but to do it. Then I would do it. That is motivation. Not that I have nothing as regards to that, and you're telling me don't try not to go to work tomorrow. Just come, let's go and solve this other one. It doesn't really work for everybody like that. Argue it wherever. Everyone's destiny is not the same. Some people don't get to suffer before they make it. Some people stay right in their houses and someone just remembers them and be like, oh, come, let me make you a millionaire. Some people are like that. What would that person tell you if that person is coming to motivate you? Would the person tell you to sit at home as well and tell you to sit at home that someone is going to meet you up and tell you and make you a millionaire? Would that person come to tell you that? No. Some people are actually born with backup. And their parents will tell them, go and do something well for yourself. And when they try to beat all the adventures and nothing happens, at the end of the day, something drops into their account and keeps them going. Are you in that category? Do you have such backup? Because some people have to start from scratch. Now, the man who is actually doing his thing from scratch is working somewhere that he's being able to pay his bills and live in a good house, and someone somewhere with a good background comes to tell him, this is how I started my own business, and because of that, you quit your good paying job with no backup to jump into a business that would end up enslaving you to the people who are motivating you. I think we should all check the pace our strength can carry. Before you run, ask your doctor to check your organs, and be sure that your body can carry the speed. It's very important. Okay, it's quite important. There's some other things surrounding motivational speaking that we're going to talk about, but that will be after the break. Because right now I have tried to focus on the listener, you and I who are listening. Like I said before, it's a good story to tell. It's a good episode to listen to. Sometimes when people tell you their story, you should just pick one or two things in there that would help spicing up your own move, not taking the entire testimony to solve your own problem, to try to use it to solve your own problem. It's like carrying a Toyota engine to solve the problem of a Mercedes engine. But then when you can actually pick up understanding from what they're saying, you can use it to spice up your own solution, and make things different for yourself. Don't carry everything verbatim because they told you that they did this and they did that. They started their business with a glass of water and they have a pure water factory, or they have a water bottling factory. They had a job of paying about $1 million, $2 million, and because they didn't feel like they were meeting up to their potential in this world, they had to quit their job and went into business. And yeah, they struggled, they struggled, but they never gave up. Please wake up. You're already doing so much for yourself. Like at this point in time, you're hustling, you're struggling already. What they tell you wouldn't make it different. They wouldn't make you feel so emotional that you forget where you're coming from. It's good to take adventures, but then you can't go to a park for an adventure without paying your ticket fee to get in there. You can't get into a park without having the coin to process your entry. So if you want to go for an adventure, think about the last resort. And if you want to take a challenge, make that decision on your own. Make it on your own. And if you need help with the solution, if you need help, take it that you need help. And so whoever you're listening to, you're listening because you just need a few points to solve your own puzzle, not to carry their solution to your own problem. It just might not work. And please, don't quit your job yet, unless it's a decision you made on your own. And please, don't try to carry a glass of water to an open place because they said so. Because it's you're going to end up drinking it when your throat gets dry. My name is C.S. Williams, Radio Apprentice, and you're listening to Oral Vault Live Podcast. At this point, I'm going to go on break. When I get back, we're going to continue because at this time, I want to talk to the motivational speaker now. It's okay to be outspoken. Some people are gifted to do that. Some people are gifted to share. Some people are gifted to lift the spirit of others. But if you want to do that, do that with... Anyway, I'll say it when I get back. Just stay tuned. My name is C.S. Williams, Radio Apprentice, and this is Oral Vault Live Podcast with Oral Vault Radio. Stay tuned, guys. I'll be right back.